just calling to say I...
Hey guys, Rage Quitting here, back with another video guide for you guys. This time I'm going to do something a little bit different. This is going to be basically just me playing the objective in a Voidstar, and just small tips to help you guys, get those wins faster, because we all need those wins now for the weekly quests and stuff like that. So this is not any kind of insane gameplay or outplaying the enemy kind of videos, but just some basic stuff here. So in the start of this match, we rush one side and just heavily pressure one side to distract the enemy, right? So that the other side can maybe get a lucky cap in here, okay? But this first round is basically just doing that, pressuring one side, we get a lucky cap on the other side, and then from there we just run through the entire map, okay? And more so I wanted to show the defending side, because once we get to the defending side, we defend, the doors, the first set of doors throughout the entire match. But just kind of positioning wise and how you set your camera angle so that you can guard the door and stuff like that. So here we get the cap on the other side, right? So as soon as this door is open, I'm gonna hit predation so that we can speed our team through it. But once this door opens, this is a really good time to, so here I got low, so I camouflaged out, and then luckily this thing was still here so I can get some health back. But once the doors open, this is the time where now you want to kill as many as possible, as quickly as possible, because, once you kill them, after the doors open here, they spawn on the other side of the bridge, so they can't stop you from capping the bridge, right? So we're kind of just dogpiling on this Juggernaut who doesn't want to die because he popped Saber Ward and Enraged Defense, so it took us a minute. But yeah, this is the time now to get all the kills quickly so that you can capture the bridge, right? And I know this is like very basic, okay? This video is not for people who have been playing for a long time. They know how to play Voidstar. I know there's a lot of people out there that know what they're doing, but there's also a lot of newer players that haven't been playing this game for long, or even PvP'd all that much before. So even if you are a veteran player, some of them are getting into PvP, whatever, this is for them, okay? But yeah, very basic stuff. So here I use predation to help my team get across the bridge faster. I go into camouflage here so that I can't get pushed off the bridge, because there was 3 characters there that all have pushes. So here, this is what I'm talking about here. So I notice this guy's already gonna cap the door, so I jump on this guy and move to the other side of him, so that if he's fighting me, he has to look this way, right? If I were to attack him and move back to the other side, where he could have saw that somebody was capping the door, he could have easily stopped it, right? So just small things like that, right? If you have somebody that's gonna cap the door, use your crowd control or your positioning to make them face the other way, right? Distract them. So anyway, door opens here. I used predation earlier to speed the guy up, and now now I'm trying to just go as deep as possible to stop this guy. This is the furthest guy up currently, to try and he's trying to stop the captures, and then now this guy is the deepest guy up, trying to stop whatever's happening up ahead, right? So I'm trying to do what I can to damage him. I don't have a lot of CC, so I can't really just CC him, but either way, our guy got a lucky cap here, like at the very last second. This guy couldn't stop it. So this whole first round, pretty lucky. We get a lucky cap in the beginning to get through the first set of doors, and then for the second set of doors after the bridge, the guy that was waiting up there could have stopped it, maybe, if he was facing the right way. But that's the whole point of this video, right? Is how to just play the objectives here. So anyway, when we get into this second part of the map here, when you're defending, a lot of people say to stand on the doors, defend the doors, right? But you don't literally have to stand on the door, right? You just need to be facing the door and close enough to where you can stop the caps from happening, right? So in the beginning here, gonna predation my team out of the gate so that I can run to the center and pick up the damage buff. And I'm not fighting out there, and I'm not even really picking up the damage to deal a lot of damage. I just don't want the enemy team to have it. So I grab it. I'm not in danger of anything. I could just grab it and run away. But anyway, so I'm using this pillar here because they have ranged, and I don't want to just get attacked for free. So I'm using the pillar so they have to move in, you know, closer to attack. So here I'm facing the door. Because I'm facing the door, I can see this guy capping the door, right? So the only time you want to stand on the door is if there's people threatening to capture the door, right? So, but as soon as they move away from the door, I don't need to be on it anymore, so I can just fight. But even here, when my screen is not facing the door, it should have been, right? So try to face the door as often as you can. You know, it takes a second to cap it, so you know you can look away for a second or two. But just in case there's other stealthers here, you know, on the door, you always want to be facing the door. So I trying to do my best here. There is a point in time in this video where I didn't look at the door for like a solid maybe 10 seconds or so, and if my teammate wasn't there to stop it, I wouldn't have been able to stop it. By the time I looked, it was already too late, right? So that's just things you need to keep in mind, you know, like even though we were 3v3 or 3v4 the entire time on this side, my other two teammates weren't able to stop it either, just because they weren't paying attention. So you gotta kind of take it upon yourself to do that, right? And always keep a head count of how many players, enemy players and friendly players are on each side, right? I'm not using the chat to warn anybody until I have to, right? So right now we're in a 3v3, I think. It's a 4v3. They have 4, we have 3, but we're not dying quickly, so I don't need to say anything in the chat, right? We're kind of handling ourselves here. And this is the time where I didn't look at the door. See, now I look at the door. My teammate stopped it right before he died. I don't think my dual saber throw actually canceled the cast. So here I go into camouflage and I use the chat now, you know, while I'm in stealth through camouflage to say East 5, because we were getting overrun at that point. So I said East 5. Don't just call East, right? Because nobody knows anything from that. You have to use numbers, and that's the other thing that kind of annoys me a little bit when people call for help on one side or the other. If you say East, you know, or whatever, especially in all caps, right? Like East, you know, people will just send, you know, way too many people to the other side, and then all of a sudden the other side doesn't have any defense. So use numbers when you're doing your call out, so people know how many people need to rotate, right? And then shoot, I was gonna make another point, but I kind of forgot what it was. Oh, also use directional, you know, navigational terms, right? East or west, right? Because if you say left once, you know, left or right, people interpret that differently, right? Is it left or right on the mini-map, or is it left or right when you drop out of the gate, right? Because when you drop out of the gate and you turn left, that's different from left on the mini-map. So just use east-west. It's just easier for people to understand. There's no misinterpreting what east and west is, you know, unless you don't know how to read a map or something. But either way, looking at the door and doing the call-outs with numbers, you know, when you need to. And yeah, so if the side that I was on eventually got to the point where it's just me and another guy standing there versus nobody, then maybe I would go and check the other side real quick, right? Like, don't go all the way over there, but just kind of look and check to see, like, are they okay, right? Because somebody might pop up suddenly on your side, you know, a stealther or whatever. But anyway, kind of a long-winded explanation of this entire match, but I kind of just wanted to put some little pointers out there, just to try and help people. So but like I said, if you've been playing for a long time, this video is obviously not for you. But anyway, if you think that this video helped a little bit, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys on another one. Peace.
I'm just calling to say I